Hello everyone, and a happy Halloween to all of you, and I'm here to do the Bump in the Night tag. And first I thought I'd show you my pumpkin. I know under higher definition it doesn't look as pretty, but you all wanted to see it. Yeah. So there it was. There is my beloved pumpkin. It will go back out to the porch where it belongs. Alright, let us get into this tag. I was tagged by Books and Junk, and the original creator of this tag was Cold Tea and Crumbs, both of which are booktubers that I thoroughly enjoy watching, and I will link them down below, and you should go check out their versions of this tag and subscribe to their channels if you haven't already, because just so enjoyable to watch their videos. Alright, the first question asks, which type of supernatural / scary monster character is your favorite type to read about? And mine is vampires. I could have chosen between werewolves and ghosts and other sorts of monsters, zombies, maybe, but I love a good vampire. I have always enjoyed reading about vampires. I think maybe that's just because they're romanticized and yet at the same time they're scary, so they're like, oh, you want to become friends with the vampire and get close to them, but they could bite you and kill you. Second question. It asks, which setting from which book would be your ultimate nightmare to be a part of? And that would be The Testing. I feel like I would be one of those people that would want to do really well in school, and I would want to get into the testing thinking, yes, I want to go to university, be smart, and be somebody. And then things would happen, and yes, my ultimate nightmare, even more than the Hunger Games. So this is the one. Third question, if you could visit any evil setting, any book setting that's scary, which would be your setting to visit? And I chose Written in Red. Now, this book has a place in which most of the book consists of that can be pretty darn scary. Like, lots of creatures there are not very human, and yet people mistaken them for having humanistic characteristics and think they're going to be friendly, and bad things happen. This book is amazing, and therefore somehow I would want to live there, but I think I would want to be supernatural in some way so that I could live there and yet not have bad things happen to me. But I would want to be in this book as long as I was safe. Fourth question, which book is so frightening that I almost fell asleep for eternity trying to finish it? And I don't read a lot of scary books in the original sense of scary. There are not a lot of things jumping out at me, but I read a lot about murders and serial killers and supernatural creatures that murder people, but I don't consider them scary books. So I chose Let the Right One In, even though I haven't finished it, because this is just downright creepy, and I've mentioned this book before, and it is a scary book. The fifth question is, if you could pick a book and pull out pages and switch it with another book, or just switch it with different versions of the pages to make it a better book, which book would you pick? And I had a hard time because there's a couple books that I'm kind of about parts of it, but I chose Obsidian. I would take the first half of this book and tear out any page with a Twilight reference in it or a ode to Twilight, and just get rid of it and rewrite it so that it's its own book and it doesn't need Twilight. Sixth question, if you could turn any bad or evil character good, which character would it be? And I didn't really have an answer for this. There is a character in The Testing that does some bad stuff. It's near the end, and I was hoping that they were a good character. We will find out later in the book, and I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say who this character is, what they do. I was hoping that they are good now and make good decisions. Alright, this is the quick fire round, so I'm going to go really, really fast. Fingers crossed. Hopefully. Alright, what is my favorite vampire character? And I chose the vampires in Written Red. They are not your stereotypical vampires. I'm not going to tell you how they're different, but it is pretty freaking cool. I loved it, and even though they are not even the main characters or anywhere near it, they are awesome. I would not want to meet one in a dark alley, but they are amazing. Second quick fire question, what is my favorite werewolf character? And that would be Simon from Written Red. Simon is a main character. And oh my gosh, I love Simon. Albeit he is scary and I probably would end up dead, but he is awesome. I just love how he develops in the story and just A+. And therefore, since I picked this book for 2 questions, it must be because I love this book, which I will talk about in my October wrap-up, but maybe you should go read it. Go read it. Alright, third one. Who or what is my favorite witch character? And I had a hard time with this because I've read a bunch of witch books, but it was a while back and I don't remember them, and I was looking on my shelves and I was like, oh my god, where did all the witch books go? So I chose the Wicked Witch of the Waste, I think that's her name, from Howl's Moving Castle. I remember the movie more than the book, and she has some good elements to her, but I really wish she was good because there's something endearing about her, even though she makes some really bad life decisions. Fourth question, which character is my favorite monster character? And I chose the Warden who's a Raphaelite, something like that, from the Bone season, because he is definitely a monster, and yet I really, really loved him. I'm not going to say why, but go read that book and find out for yourself. Fifth one, which is your favorite ghost character? And I had a hard time with this one too. Apparently, I don't read a lot of books with ghosts. Who knew? So I picked up Throne of Glass Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, because there are some ghosts in these books, and while I wasn't like super over the moon in love with them, they were good, and since they were the only ghosts I remember reading about, I chose these books. Sixth question, which character is your favorite serial killer / murder character? And I was clever on this one. I also just, as I said, finished reading these books. Selena, whatever her name is, she is a serial killer. She's an assassin, she's a murderer, and she would definitely be my favorite. See, I picked a good one because she's good and yet she's evil. Woo! So that was my Bump in the Night tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I am not going to tag anyone because I feel like every one of you has done this tag. But if you are one of those that I missed, please do this tag. You can say I tagged you. I'd love to see your tag. Link it below, all of that good jazz, because I really enjoy Halloween and this tag. And thank you again, Books and Junk, for tagging me. So that is it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween with lots of unhealthy candy and pumpkins and maybe some pumpkin pie, maybe some pumpkin seeds and some pumpkin ice cream with a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. You know, some pumpkin stuff. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Bye!